Okay. Go ahead.
Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo, fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Okay, that's good. Okay, we continue on. Study the next one. Okay, all right.
There was also the elder Li who cultivated the Flower Adornment Sutra, reading and reciting it. At one point, he set out in search of a good place to cultivate. As he was walking down the road, he met a tiger. The tiger acted very friendly towards him. Basically, tigers harm people, but when this one saw the elder Li, it acted as if it were an old friend of his. The elder Li said to the tiger, "Right now I'm looking for a place to cultivate and do my work. Can you help me find such a place?" The tiger seemed to nod its head yes, and so he piled all his gear upon the tiger's back for the tiger to carry. After they had traveled some 30 miles, they came to a mountain cave. The tiger stopped outside the cave and went no further. The elder Li looked inside and found the cave not bad at all, and so he stayed there to cultivate. The only trouble was that the place had no water. However, that very evening a great wind blew up, which uprooted an ancient pine tree, from the roots of which water flowed forth. So he used that water and cultivated there, and wrote a treatise on the Flower Adornment Sutra. There are very many states of that sort, all proving that the Flower Adornment Sutra is inconceivable.
What do you think?
That's a really cool story. That's obviously an unusual thing for a tiger to behave in that manner, and that it would be a testimony to the sincerity of this monk's cultivation and the power of the Flower Adornment Sutra. And then further, for right as that monk arrives, for that tree to be uprooted to reveal water, also very auspicious. And that there are so many different stories like this, it is, it really supports this idea that the Flower Adornment Sutra carries a special power.
Do you have you ever witnessed that a mean person? Let's say that the person who is enemy of dog, for example, right? When the dog see that person, what happens?
Barks.
Not only bark, they terrify.
Oh yeah, if it's an enemy that could beat them, then yeah, then they'll kind of quiver and cower or hide.
They terrify. They scare, and they bark so loud. Okay, let me go downstairs and up in the door. Yeah, let me do a fan. We have a martial art teacher come and teach the kid every Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but if we have the kind heart to the animal, right? And you know what? When you come there, they kind of friendly, not too bad, right? They don't act weird. They don't bark. They don't feel terrified. And you remember one of the story that the pigeon were chasing by the eagle, I think. And you know what? It happened at that time the Buddha and the Sariputta walk on the street, and the pigeon went fly into Sariputta arm and hiding from the eagle. But you know what? The pigeon still shiver. But when the pigeon fly over to the Buddha, and he feel at peace. Nothing silver. And the Sariputta noticed that he said, why it's so different? Why the pigeon is in my arm, it feels shiver. That means shaking. But a little, not much. But when into your arm, it feels at peace. You know what the Buddha said? Did you hear this story?
No.
No. Okay. The Buddha said, yes, you are, even though you are Arhat and you have no killing in maybe 60 karpas, I think. But your remaining of the killing karma is still there. That's why the pigeon still shiver. But when it came to me, I'm not only did not have killing karma, no killing, and also all the remaining of killing karma is already purified. Just like when we, let's say that you have the incense right inside the box, the what do you call the incense powder, right? Incense. It's not the stick. What do you call?
Oh, there's cones.
No, not cone. It's a powder.
Oh, I've never used that.
Oh, powder, right? Let's
Powder?
say that incense powder.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you, it smells really good, but when you take out the incense powder from the container, the smell is still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in order to get all the smell out, it will take some time. Does it make sense? The same thing.
Yes.
Even though that we do not, we have not commit killing karma for many lifetimes, but the karma we pray in the past before that, it's still there. It's not yet purified yet, not completely.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it make it. That's why the reaction of the pigeon is like that. You see, the stream of consciousness, right, can make the people feel differently. I spent quite a bit time to teach the kids. At the beginning, I used the strict way to teach them, but it doesn't work. They run away from me.
Yeah.
And later on, I changed the technique with the loving kindness and also in the egoless. Most try to be humble, very humble. And you know what? They enjoy the teaching as well. They enjoy to be nearby. So the energy, it makes the difference.
Yeah. It's probably a difference for you too, because it's probably easier on you to not be strict as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Of course. because that's why they learn more. They be able to understand more, and they be able to learn more with joy, right? And
I've
that's why sometimes the parent complain that why you so easy to the kid. They may not learn the right way. I say that, well, it will take time. If we are too strict, they will run away. Right? But one, of course, I'm not totally soft, but sometimes I also very strict too. Not too strict, but to make sure they understand the difference between right and wrong.
Mhm.
That's important. But as
Yeah.
long as they enjoy the teaching as well, the environment and the thing that we provide to them, I mean, the mentality is very important. And the attitude toward them is so important. Okay. I
It's like if you're rarely strict or firm or like firm about something, if you give a lot of slack, then the time when
Yeah.
you need to be very clear and very direct and very firm, then it actually has it's appropriate and it has a positive effect. So like when there's from time to time, if there has to be something, I mean, that's like all of these patterns, they show up in different areas. So I'm experiencing it with a dog right now.
Oh, okay.
A young dog knows no reason. You can't they just have so much energy and they want to pull. So I've had to be intelligent about how I get it to not pull when I'm walking it. So I can kind of relate that way right now.
Yeah, right now I have a situation that this one family they have 3 children. And the oldest one is right now she is 6th grade. The 2 younger one is the boy 4th grade, going to be 4, going to be 2nd grade. But the older one is she did not talk to her mom, to communicate with her mom for 2 years. And every time that the mom wanted to go talk to her, approach her, she put her away, and she blocked herself in the room.
Wow.
If the mom opened the door, because she have a key, right? She used the hot object like the pan, that way we cook, the pan, to hit her.
Whoa.
And I know that, I recognize that she isolated, and when she come to the temple,
The daughter hit the mother, or the mother hits the daughter?
the daughter. The daughter is very misbehaved.
Oh, wow.
And when she came to the temple for even they here for a few 2 months already, but the older one did not want to come into the temple. And even we have her friend in school at the temple. We asked them to come out and convince her, and it's sometimes they be able to convince her to come in, but even though she still cut all the communication. But there is an incident that happened. Is she wrote the suicide note to her friend, and her friend parent, because the kid using the parent phone, right? And her parent will be able to see the note and notify the other parent. And that's why we call the Medicaid insurance, and they will provide a professional psychologist to help us through, and also to guide through, and that's why she be able to go to see the doctor. But I think it's but since then, because she know that the mom, because the mom did not speak English, and that's why she need help from her young, that means the son, right? And the son talk to the sister, and that's why the sister be able to know it. And since then, she behaved really badly. She came to the temple. She did not want to go into the temple. And because this is what we call it, this is she have a very deep depression. And you know what? It's only professional can do that. It's very tough to help me. But anyway, all right. Now we can go back here.
Yeah, okay.
What will Oh, hello, Samuel, right? Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. How you enjoy at the summer camp?
good.
Very good. You like it?
Yeah,
What did you like at the camp?
I like to write the Chinese thing.
Oh, you like the Chinese food?
Yeah.
And you also like your friend over there?
I think she means the calligraphy you said, right?
Yeah.
She liked to.
Oh, calligraphy. Okay. Did you like the food as well?
Did you like the food?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any friend over there?
Yeah.
Who were your friend?
I forget their names.
Well, you know Elsa.
I know Elsa.
You met Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon, and I forget the other person's name.
The guy with the iPad. You told me his name was Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan. Yeah.
Oh, Nathan, Dragon, and Elsa, right?
Yeah.
And didn't you
What
meet?
about us? Serena, I know Serena.
Yeah. Yeah, I met her.
Wow, you look like you have a lot of fun. Do you want to come back next year?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, William.
I return my life to the 10 directions and the 3 times utmost reach, to dust mode Kshetras, taming masters of perfect clarity, to the Dharma realm's great compassion, cloud of merit and virtue, to Vairochana, the great wisdom sea, to the dwelling place most deep, the true Dharma nature, to what flows forth whole and perfect as the sutra. In each assembly of the Buddhas, in each dust mote, to universal worthy Manjusri and all great lords, I now wish, with my one hair's breadth of wisdom, to fathom the boundless Dharma realm's vast void. May I receive the triple jewel's compassion of identity and substance, each phrase profoundly meshing with all Buddha's intent. May I cause the Dharma eye forever not to fail, exhausting realms of living beings like universal worthy. I transfer this supreme good equally to all that live. May they soon accomplish Bodhi's fruit of never-ending bliss. Wow. Keep reading or?
Let's quickly. Let me see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful gatha.
Okay. What do we understand from here?
So this is
Who's speaking?
a dedication of merit. Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I was wondering who was speaking. Was it this elderly?
I think so. Yeah, let me see. So he used that water and cultivate there and wrote a treatise on the Flower Adornment Sutra. There are very many states of us. Yeah, that he written trade. He wrote many treaty, right? And
Mhm.
maybe this is one of them. Maybe.
Seems like a dedication of merit. So yeah, I return my life to the 10 directions in 3 times utmost reach. So that's like surrendering one's like personal aims of like what one may hope in their life of attaining certain sort of material status or like a job or some sort of striving, like abandoning that and recognizing one's like unity with all that is in the Buddha nature.
You know what is the 10 direction and the 3 times?
Well, I know 3 times are past, present, and future. I think it was this morning or yesterday. Every once in a while, I try to recall what the 10 directions are because there's 6 directions: up, down, forward, backward, left, right. And then I was wondering if like other directions would be like, I can't think of what the other directions would be.
Oh, actually, it's north, south, right? East, west, right? That is 4.
Okay.
And northeast, southwest, right?
Oh, so it's
And
just
northeast, southwest, and what else? That means that
okay.
make the 8 already, and top
Ah,
and bottom is 10, up and
oh.
below.
Because that's interesting that they stopped it at 10 because you could say there's infinite.
No, actually, no. In Buddhism, when we're talking about all the direction of the world system, that means only 10 direction.
But I mean like so if we have north and we have east and we have northeast, then we have like
Yeah. North,
division.
south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, up and down. That means above and below.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that they stopped there because you could say, okay, between north and northeast, there's north northeast, and between northeast and east, there's east northeast, and really there's like on a circle, there's infinite, but when you bring up and down, now there's like along the line of north, there's all these directions between north and up and then between east and so if you like have a sphere, it's like you have like I think it's technically infinite. The number
Actually,
of
the way that Buddhists use it, they are using according to the world we are living right now. Because the world we are living right now, they only use this only recognized by only this direction, no more than that, right? The world we are living right now, this is all the direction we have, no more than that. We don't say in between of north and northeast, something like that. No, we don't say that.
it some in some cases we have to, like if someone is navigating through the wilderness and they're using a compass, they'll use an exact degree. They'll be heading on like this degree because it'll like if you were to say just go north or northeast,
Actually, they're using the longitude and latitude to locate the specific direction. They for example, on the GPS, right? You can also use the longitude and let's say that when you go to the area, they have no address. Then what you do is they can get the specific point of the longitude and latitude of that location, and they know how to get there. But they don't say that this is north or whatever. No, it.
I know, like growing up camping, if we
Okay.
go off the trails and we were using a map, and you use a compass, the compass will have like 360 degrees,
Okay.
but you may have a bearing that's like between north and northeast. And there's a, because if you were to go just north or you to go northeast, you wouldn't necessarily get to where you were headed.
Hmm.
I think, you know, it makes sense to simplify it and not to say the whole thing.
I think they use the common sense to the common thing that we are using. Yes, everything in this world we have exception. Always. The thing that we are using the wilderness, it's exception, right? It's not common to the common people. Mm. But that's how the Buddhist view 10 directions.
Okay, that's good to know, because I was wondering about that. I was trying to count them, and I was like, I can't come up with 10. So it's just that
Now you can be able to see 10, but you cannot see 11. Okay, the 3 time I think it's the 3 period. I think
yeah.
the past, the present, and the future. That mean I return my life to the 10 direction and the 3 period upmost reach. That mean what he mean by that?
Yeah, to me, it's that resolution to surrender one's personal preferences to the Buddha way, to realizing the original nature. Because if I'm surrendering my life, so like my idea of an individual self, and out to the whole thing, past, present, and future, everywhere to the utmost reach. I mean, that's like the Dharma body. That's like surrendering to everything. And I think it's a way of acknowledging the oneness with all things.
I think it's more like he said that instead of I run away from everything, I will come back and to try my best to benefit all living beings in all 10 directions and 3 periods. This is what we call the Bodhicitta and Bodhisattva path. And that's why that's to the dust most Taming master of perfect clarity. That's most, that means the smallest particle, right? Taming master of perfect clarity. That means what do we understand from this?
Yeah, like that's kind of beyond, because taming masters of perfect clarity, like within dust motes, it touches on this idea we hear about, and I think the Surangama talks about it. It's core to Zen, this idea that size has in the true nature, size has no meaning. So that there's like, you know, countless Buddhas in a mote of dust.
When we're talking about dust, that's like the duality world that we are living.
I'm not entirely sure.
So even though we live in that chaos, but we tend to have a perfect clarity. Okay, I think they will explain down here, but let's go too quickly here. And to the Dharma realm with compassion, that means I return to this to benefit all living beings. To the Dharma with compassion, that is the goal of practicing, right? To have a great compassion, flower of merit and virtue. Because due to the compassion, this is what we have, I think. And when I teach last week, the 12 link to the kid, 7th grade all the way to 12, there is one girl that after the class, because I have just finished the 38-week fetus development inside of mother womb, and I also share them the story about the mother who 3 times have pregnant, and each time she have to go to the surgery to give birth to the baby. And that means the second time when she got pregnant, it's not too far from the first surgery. It's very close. And doctor advised her to abort, right? And she said no because she was Buddhist, and that's why the Buddhist inside her mind told her that don't do that. And that's why she came back and she beside the Earth Bodhisattva to pray for it, and every day, and until she be able to give birth to the baby successfully, and that means that's the second baby, but the second baby is after she left her first husband because they divorced, and she didn't know that she have pregnant, and once she divorced, she find out she have pregnant. That is the second baby, and that is she begin to do the praying. She give birth to that baby, and during the time she for the second baby, the second pregnant, she went to the temple. So in the city, she retreat there. She want to stay there to rest and take care of the practice. And during that time, the layman, he went to the temple, and and he praying for his wife that passed away, right? And that's why they met. And after that, they get together. They do they have a small ceremony at the husband and wife, right? And they both praying for the baby. That means the second baby come from the first husband, and the wife be able to get give birth to the baby successfully. And you know what? After that, they came. That means they accidentally have another baby. And again, the doctor said that this is the second time. That means the third baby is very dangerous for the mom. It's easier busted, and they said definitely no, don't go for it. And she still kept it, kept the baby, and she diligently recite the sutra and as well the praying 3 times a day. And you know what? At the end, they both the baby came out successfully. Both mom and the child well-being. When I share this story. I think that you read this story too, right? In the class, the bottle. Remember about the bottle?
I remember about the bardo rum. Mhm.
Right? And I saw the 38-week fetus development during that time as well.
Yes. Yeah, we went through that.
And I also shared this story. And one time Tammy said that if she know this, and you know what, she be able to help her sister.
Mm.
Anyway.
I might have missed that one. I don't remember that conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I asked the kids, what did you learn from the story? How do you prove that this story in the scientific way? And they have no idea how to prove it. And I give them a hint. Did you remember? I asked them, did you remember I showed you the video about the Dr. Emoto water experiment? And they say yes. Yeah, you can use that to prove to connect with this story to prove at the scientific way. Because Dr. Emoto, you watch the video about this a lot. He was the Japanese scientist, and he did the water experiments in 1995. Up to now, the most of the scientists approved for his experiment. That means our mind, our mouth have a direct, our emotion have a direct impact on the water molecule. The way we say to the water, if we say it nicely, the water molecule is changed beautifully. If we say badly, evil, the water molecule also deform, have a bad formation instead of good one. So that means the mouth comes from the mind. Actually, the mind is the one who did all that thing. And in our body, we have 70% of water. When we have a loving kindness to other people, basically, we are the one who change our water inside, not other. And that's why when the person who practice loving kindness, you can see their appearance, expression, so physically, facial as well as the appearance. They are different from the person who are mean, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because the water changing inside, right? That's why they change the molecule of the body. Because inside our body, we have a lot of chemical. All the chemical is changing. And that's why you see things is different. Inside, I remember 2 years ago, not 1 year ago, 2 years. My teacher, that means Thất he asked the after school kids, each one of them had 2 bottles. One bottle labeled number 1, and you put one location. The bottle, water, inside each bottle, you have water and rice, right? And you label 1 and label 2. Each day, if you have a good feeling or bad feeling, if you have a good feeling, you say a nice thing. You express your good feeling onto the first bottle. If you have a bad feeling, whatever the day is, you express that bad feeling onto your second bottle. After 15 days, I guess, when they take it out, they really witness the first bottle is good, clear. The second bottle is just like rotten, black. Yeah, the kid really experiment that.
That's wild.
So, and that's why I told them that, you see, and I asked the girl that the student in she going to be 11th grade. Can you use this as the water experiment example and explain to me in the Buddhist way? And she said that, yeah, I can. The Buddha Sutra, just like the good word come out from our mouth, come from our mind, right? The baby and the mom inside, the baby inside the mom, just like all the water, all the liquid inside there. When the mom recite the sutra, it automatically not only change her body water molecule, but also change the baby molecule as well. That's why if the baby have any kind of Down syndrome or whatever, we can change the karma more easier than when the baby come out physically. It's very tough to change. Because in here, it's not yet well formed, right? Just like when you use the clay, right, to create the human figure, if the clay is still soft, you can be able to create in the way that you want. You can adjust it. You can adjust here and there, no problem. But when it become solid, hard, hardened, can you be able to change it?
No.
No, not at all. The same thing. So when inside the mother womb, that is the best time to educate the fetus. Don't wait until they come out. So yeah, so that's why we now go back to with the and you know what she said after the class. She stayed back and she asked me one question. And she had asked me a few questions. It's very good in the past. One question she asked: what happened if the girl only 12 or 13 years old been raped, and she had to give birth to the baby inside her? In Buddhist view, how do we deal with this thing? I said, wow, interesting. And I told her, I responded right away. I told her, in Buddhism, nothing happened without reason. They always a reason. Because we cannot see, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Just like in this world, right? Everything happened for a reason. That means everything happened because of the previous action, a previous step. The same thing here. So if that's the case, good or bad happened to us at the moment. Good, that means good. That we happy. But when bad thing happen to us, if we don't understand Buddhist, if we do not understand Buddha teaching, and we are not Buddhism, usually, normally, what people will do, she said that they will react, they will abort. Yeah. And luckily, we are Buddhism, we understand the Buddhist teaching. And the core teaching of the Buddha is love and kindness and compassion. That makes the difference. So when we understand the Buddha teaching, yes, if things happen badly, we don't want it to happen, but it happened, we cannot change it. And what we can do, we accept it at ease. And I told her that if we accept it, and with the love and kindness and compassion, this is what we call virtue. Which is make the difference between virtue and non-virtue to the rest of the world. I give her the specific example. Let's say Bill Gates, right? He have $1 billion. He can use all his wealth to do all good deeds, to help everyone in this world. The deed that he generates, the blessing that he generates is huge, humongous, a lot. And I told her that none of that good deed is comparable to a single virtue. And do you know why? But you understand this, William? Do you know
Yes.
why?
Well, virtue isn't used up in its exercise. Like if someone's like compassion, someone makes a compassionate vow, then that doesn't end. That goes off. That goes on forever. So a good deed that someone does, well, then the deed is done, and then that's the extent. The blessing is limited by the extent of that deed.
So I told her that the reason is, yes, the blessing that he generates from his given is huge, but it's external. But the virtue you pray is internal. External cannot compare to internal. Why? Let's assume that, let's say that there are many people do good deeds in this world. Do you think that most of them know how to deal with their emotionally when someone trigger the anger? Can they be able to see the anger right away? And can they be able to stop the anger bursted into action before it bursted into action? No. Just like Putin, he is the president of Russia. Well, very powerful. That means he should done some good deed in the past life. That leads him to get that level. Maybe the deed he very good deed in the past, it's not clean, but somehow we got him there. But while he enjoyed the blessing, at the same time he harmed other people. He killed so many people. Why is that? That most happen to. That's why you see that a lot of people who are rich, right? Who are, they're like the business people. They're very wealthy, but doesn't mean that they are good. No. For example, most of the business, they have a company, they produce the product, they care less about the global warming. They care less about environment. So the good deed doesn't mean that they are good, because they don't know how to transform the three poison snake. That means greed, hatred, and ignorance. These three poison snake. If we don't learn Buddha teaching, we don't see it as snake. Of course, if you don't know that it's a snake, how could we be able to transform it? I mean, doing good deed doesn't mean that you know this and you know how to transform it. No. And that means if someone triggers your anger at the moment, then you become very angry and you will behave very, very violent. And that means you will burn all your forest blessing in a minute. Yes, if we go to the next line and we enjoy, at the same time, we will play a bad karma if we don't have wisdom. Virtue, it means wisdom. The one who not virtue, it means no wisdom, even though they have blessing. You see the people who born into a rich family, but doesn't mean that they are not wise, they are not intelligent, right? They born not intelligent, they born not healthy, but they born into the rich family. Because the law of cause and effect is complicated. It will involve in many different factors. Depend on the criteria, the result come out differently, right? So when I told her the answer that, and you know what she said? She said that, oh, that means we have to develop both blessing and wisdom. I said, yes, that is the whole teaching of the Buddha, is to do both. Not one, not only the blessing, because the blessing will put us down to hell, into the evil state later on. And that's what Buddha do not want. um, uh, and I told her that in order to get wisdom, right? Well, not only to see ourselves, it's wisdom, but also we learn the Buddha teaching help us to distinguish between right and wrong, between proper and improper. I share you this one very quickly here. I am teaching the class for the presentation. I did like last year I did for the kid, and this year I do the same thing. I asked them to do the presentation on they select the topic and they do the research and they lay out the presentation and yeah. Okay, this is the last year topic for number 2, 8-4 path. The law of karma did last year. The karmic affinity did last year. They did really good, actually. The Buddhist Theravada did last year. The Buddhist Mahayana this last year. And this is this year. I want them to learn about Mahayana teaching. The parameter of generosity in Buddhism. And what does the parameter mean? What are the 6 parameters? What is the practicing? Who is practicing this 6 parameter? What is the parameter of generosity? What is why the parameter of generosity placed in the first parameter, but not all the parameters? Give one example that the generosity given is not called parameter. Give one example that generosity is called parameter. What is the purpose of this one? What does it happen when compassion is without wisdom? What does that mean when we practice compassion without wisdom? What does that mean? Give one example to that. Does the compassion without wisdom, is it a true compassion? Explain why. Right? What does the compassion accompanying wisdom mean? Give an example. Does the compassion accompanying wisdom, does it truly compassionate? And explain why. In Buddhism, there are 3 types of given. What are they? For each type, give an explanation and example. Which type of given is the ultimate superior given? No, that is one. Parameter of morality in Buddhism. The first 3, they are similar to the previous one. What is this one? And give one example for not calling parameter, and one example for call parameter, and the purpose. How do we weigh between compassion and morality? Give an example of morality over compassion. Give an example of compassion over morality. And this is the patient. Okay? And okay. How do we practice the patient benefit the practice of loving kindness? Give an example. How does the practice of patient benefit the practice of compassion? Give an example. And diligence, and so on and so on. What could it happen to practice diligence without wisdom? Give an example. What kind of benefit of practicing diligence with wisdom? Give an example. The 4 Dhamma seal in Buddhism. The purpose, and explain each Dhamma seal with explanation and with example. What would happen if we do not know about the 4 Buddhist Dhamma seal? Give an example. What kind of benefit the 4 Buddhist Dhamma seal would bring to us? Give an example. Developing bodhicitta. What is bodhicitta? Give an example of bodhicitta. The 7 causes and effect of developing bodhicitta, that means develop love and kindness and compassion. Explain and give a specific negative comment affinity example, and use this example on each step to contemplate each step. and to deal with this negative karmic affinity. This is the kid pick all the thing, and I will show you here. I have many kids doing that. Okay. Okay. Tina SC is going to be 10th grade. She picked this one. T, she is going to 8th grade. She picked this one. Phước is going to be 9th grade. He picked this one. Sophia is going to be 9th grade. She picked this one. Ancient, she 11th grade. Pick this one. Christina, 11th grade. This is the girl that asked me the question I just explained to you. Olivia, pick this one. When they do this, they will understand the Buddhist teaching in detail. They will understand they will have the foundation of the Buddhist teaching. Because that's what I want them to be like that. And I also explain to them the love and kindness, between love and kindness and compassion in Buddhism. Because on the internet, they don't have the clear definition. They overlap. But the definition I give them is very clear. They are different. They are very different. But anyway, okay. What do you think? Other thing?
Yeah, they're good assignments. They're good assignments to have. It's good for young people to be familiar with all of that.
Yeah, I am, because I don't know where they stay along with me to learn Buddhism. When they get older, maybe go to high school and they no longer want to learn, and that means we don't have a chance to teach them anymore. That's why I take all advantage to teach as much. Of course, to slowly they understand it, then I give them a chance to do this, so they'll be able to do it, and maybe. When they go into 11th grade or 12 or go to college, they don't have a chance to learn from us. Even they go graduate from college and they have job and they get married for many years. Maybe they come to the temple and visit once in a while, but they do not have time to learn with us. But when they go to 30 something, maybe 35, that is the time they will experience life suffering.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the time will make them think to go back to Buddhism, to deal with their suffering. And that the foundation we lay out at this moment, give them that direction. They know how to go back.
Mm-hmm.
One, they be able to go back and they have a very strong faith into Buddhism. And hopefully one of them will become the spiritual supporter. This is important. That to make the Buddha teaching stay in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because the monk is the one who stress the Buddha teaching to as many as we can, wide stress. But without the lay people support, there is no way for the monk to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So this has to be by direction. The lay person do the lay person job. The left home person do the left home person job. And the combination of the two will become perfect. That makes the Buddha teaching remain in this world. And especially for the Western society. It's not easy. Okay.
It's common within Christianity to tithe. Tithing is everybody who takes Christianity seriously, they expect to give about 10% of their income to the church. So it's common in that sense for Westerners to think of it. But maybe Westerners who turn to Buddhism don't share that same sort of idea, and that may make it more difficult.
Actually, Buddhism is we don't force people. We very often the people come to Buddhism at their wish. We don't force them. We don't manipulate them, because in the long run it will harmful. But one day come to the Buddha. That's why Buddhism is not a religion. You come to the Buddhism to see, not come to believe. That makes the difference, right? Because when you come and see it, you understand the Buddha teaching instead of you believe it. Because when you understand it, you will have a strong faith into it. And yes, all the religion, you see it blossom in the short period, but in the long run, it won't last. Because one day the people see that it won't no longer work for them, for the suffering they have. Because one, we have a lot of suffering in life, right? If our own religion cannot be able to help us to resolve the problem, of course they will not stay there. They don't remain in there. And they will go to a different religion to see it, which one is suitable for them to practice, to be able to resolve their own suffering. That is the thing that we want to. That means the spirit of the Mahayana teaching is we don't make the people convert into Buddhism. That's not the outside. We only want them to learn Buddhism as much as they can. When they understand it and they decide they want to go in, up to them, not up to us. Because that's how we respect them. We should. And when they decide that they want to go into Buddhism from their own wish, and that means that will be more mature than they own. Instead of I have faith into that, and that's why I convert into it. That it's not mature. Does it make sense?
Yes.
This is important. That's why at our temple we focus on the kids more than adults. But we also provide a lot of program for adults as well. But we spend a lot of time for the kid, because the kid is our future, not only for society but for Buddhism as well. If we don't teach them, and who will be the next one to continue on your mission? And when we teach them in the scientific way, not in the belief way. That's why I try to use science as scientific example to demonstrate the Buddhist teaching. Just like I give the 7 properties, right? That is also interesting. Okay, anyway. But it's not easy job. I know it's a very tough job. But it doesn't matter. To me, time is not important. How long it takes, and we don't mind. As long as a person be able to hear, be able to absorb the teaching, and be able to benefit from it, be able to practice it, and hopefully he the one holding the torch, and the one who be able to use his own or her torch to light up other torches. How many he can be able to light up doesn't matter. That depend on his own blessing, her own blessing, and his own or her own wisdom. Because I don't have a lot of connection, maybe I don't have a lot of blessing for that. But one good enough, one more than enough. Because that one is outstanding compared to every other if no outstanding among those, I think one is better than the rest. That's how I view it. Yes, I spend a lot of time to teach the kids, a lot of kids. Well, maybe only one or two from that. It's okay. That's good too. But at least we give them the to become a good person. That's good enough. And let's see. If they have a strong understanding of Buddhism, well, it depends. Yeah, I think they do, but how much we don't know. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that doesn't matter. Okay, all right, go ahead, William. I hold you back too long.
Oh, no worries. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
That's why in here, the unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma, in 100,000 million eons, is difficult to encounter. Now I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing. I vow to touchstone the touchstone 1, 2, and achievement. So we undergo 100,000 million eons to be able to encounter the good teaching. It's not easy. And you look at in this world, yes, many people label themselves as Buddhism, but how many of them can be able to read the sutra, the Mahayana Sutra, and how many people be able to understand from that? And how many people be able to benefit from it and be able to apply the teaching into their daily life?
Yeah, not many.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ty.
See you tomorrow.
Good one.